You may not have wrong knowledge, but you will have imaginations. A small story. One guy walked into the bar, sat next to a man who was sitting with a dog at his feet. This guy asked, "Does your dog bite?" That guy said, "No." This guy bent and patted the dog, and the pet bit him. Just bitten him. This guy shouted, "You said your dog doesn't bite? It has bitten me." That guy said, "Yes, my dog doesn't bite, but this is not my dog." You may not have wrong knowledge, but you have your own imagination. Understand? Your own imagination. Many times, Vigalpa brings more suffering. Today I have a lot of stories on imagination. Imagination is my favorite subject. Because so much of suffering can be avoided if you understand imagination. If you just understand imagination. Viparyaya, even Viparyaya is not that deep. If your mind can be relaxed from constant movement in the conscious layer, you can come out of Viparyaya. But Vigalpa, even your sleep is Vigalpa. Please understand, Viparyaya can happen only in your waking state or dream state. But Vigalpa can happen even in the deep sleep state. Even if a deep sleep is a Vigalpa. Viparyaya can touch only your conscious mind and subconscious mind. Means wrong knowledge can touch you, can disturb you only in the waking state and dream state. But Vigalpa, imagination, can disturb you even in the dream, even in the deep sleep state. Sorry, not in the dream, even in the deep sleep state. It can disturb in all three states. You may think, how can Vigalpa, imagination, disturb me in the deep sleep state? Sometime when you are out of deep sleep state, you will say, it was suffocating, as if somebody was pressing me. It is not a dream. If it is dream, you can remember and tell. It will not be like a dream. It will be like a deep suffocation. That's what we call Vigalpa. Means imagination. Many times you imagine things. You imagine things. I have one more story for you about imagination. I'll read it out. It will be very nice. One guy goes to South Africa and sends a letter to his mother saying, "Dear mother, I am sending some pills which doctor gave. And if you take one, it will take years of your life." After a month, that guy comes back home. He sees beautiful young women outside his house sitting with a baby. And this guy comes back and asks, "Where is my mother?" She says, "Don't be silly, I am your mother." And those pills were marvelous. This guy says, "Oh God, I can't imagine. Only one pill. You are able to have a baby." She says, "Are you crazy? That is not a baby, that's your father. He took two." If you take Viparyaya and Vigalpa both, imagination. Many times we imagine too many things. Vigalpa can touch deeper zones than viparya. Means imagination can touch the deeper zones than wrong knowledge. Wrong knowledge is more like a logic. When you have a wrong logic, it's a wrong knowledge. But the vikalpa, imagination, is deeper than wrong knowledge. Patanjali says, imagination as opposed to reality is the result of mere words that is known as vikalpa or fantasy. Vastu sunyo vikalpaha. Every word of Patanjali brings me so much of joy. I can say every word, so much of clarity, so much of depth. He is saying opposed to reality, anything opposed to reality, which is created merely by words. Merely by words. Many times you can see in your life, you are constantly creating many things just by words. Just by words. Simple words. You create your own theories. You spin your own moods, I can say. Your mind and body comes in contact with each other at 7 spots in your body. Both of them touch each other. 7 spots, that is what we call 7 energy centers. In yoga tradition, they call that 7 spots as 7 energy centers, and they call it as Chit Jada Grandhi, where the matter and consciousness meets each other. Matter and consciousness meets each other. Each spot gets corrupted when your imagination is added. Please understand, each spot gets corrupted when your imagination is added. The first root center, if your imagination is added, it just shows the things which is not there. It just shows the things which is not there. It just shows things in the expanded size. That is why constantly you feel the other person is cheating you, other person not giving you your proper share, other person is depriving you. In any relationship, you always feel the other is not fulfilling you. Please understand, it is your fantasy. When imagination is added to your root center, you start expecting the things which can never happen, which can never happen, or which never happened, which will never happen. You start imagining things, you start projecting things, you start creating things, and when you see it is not happening through the other person, you start blaming the other person. You start cursing the other person. Imagination added to your greed is fantasy. Imagination added to your fear is, we can say, the main reason for all the phobias. When imagination is added to your fear, it becomes phobia. Constantly you are feeling frightened. Constantly you are feeling frightened. I have heard one more story. You have one more story. A man walks out of a bar and sees a bum panhandling on the corner. The bum says, "Mister, do you have $1? You could spare me." The man thinks about the question for a bit and asks the bum, "If I give you $1, are you going to use it to buy liquor?" He says, no. The man asks, if I give you $1, are you going to use it for gambling? The bum says, no. The man says to the bum, do you mind coming home with me so I can show my wife what happens to someone who does not drink or gamble? He has his own fear with the wife. Now he wants the proof. Please understand, if the fantasy is added to your greed, he has expectation from her. If the fantasy is added to fear, he is completely frightened by her. But she is the same person. The other person is same. If your imagination is added to your greed, you see her as much beyond what she is through fantasy. If your imagination is added to fear, the same way you see her much beyond what she is through fear. Whether it's imagination or fear, you see what is not. You see what is not. You start seeing things. You experience things which is not there. One more story for you. Every day this guy comes back home after fully drunk. Wife wanted to frighten this guy, so she decides to give him a shock. Every day this guy walks through a cemetery, late night. She decides to go and sit there with all the makeup and frighten him. She covers herself with a black shawl and she creates smoke. The whole scene is ready. When he comes fully drunk, she just jumps in front of him and creates a big sound. He very coolly turns and says, don't you know me? I am married to your sister. When your imagination is added to fear, again you see what is not there. Even small things feels like a torture. Please understand, if your imagination is added to greed, even simple things feel like a heaven. Many people come and tell me their experiences about their vacation and all those things. I am not able to connect at all with the idea of vacation. You may think I am from the other planet. No, when people come and tell me, I am going for vacation, Swamiji, or I went for vacation, can you see the photographs? We went here, we went there. This is our vacation, this is our vacation photograph and all those things. I can't imagine. They have all those vacation photographs on the refrigerator. Wherever I go in the houses, the refrigerator and the cupboards, they forget even that smile was post smile. Whenever they see that photographs, they think, oh, those days when we went for vacation, it was such a joy, so much of ecstasy. I can't connect with the idea of vacation at all. What is vacation? You are going to carry the same mind, same wife, same thing. If you are sitting and worrying in the house, it is called homework. If you are sitting and worrying in the office, it is called business. If you are sitting and worrying in somewhere where you don't know, that's called vacation. I can't connect with that idea of vacation at all. Many times people try to tell me, why don't you take vacation, Swamiji? I tell them, what will I do? Even if I go there, I'll gather few people and start talking about something. Then let me sit here itself, at least people will be more comfortable in the hall. Instead of sitting somewhere where people will not have comforts, where I will not have a microphone. When your imagination is added to greed, things are looking more greener. Things are looking more joyful. Even small action, even one simple rose, you say, oh, she loves me. I love her. Still I am not able to understand at all these words, all these giving one card, giving one rose. I don't know how the love is conveyed through that, or love is felt through that. I can't relate with that idea. People say, no, you are too insensitive, Swami. But what to do? When imagination is added to your greed, everything looks sweet. Everything looks fantastic. You feel the other person is angel. But when one shift happens in the energy center, that same imagination raises 2 inches above to Swadhisthana, to the fear. The other person looks like a devil. The reality is the other is neither devil nor angel. He's a man. She's a woman. That's all. When we see the other person as angel or devil, we are suffering with vikalpa, imagination. We are suffering with vikalpa. Anything other than reality, if you see, you are suffering with vikalpa. You are suffering with vikalpa. One more story about vikalpa. I hate this modern art, he says to his wife. What a piece of crap that is. Wife says, no, that is a Picasso. This guy says, what about this one with all crazy lines? She says, that is Kandinsky. This guy says, oh, okay, how about this one? Where this guy's got a pencil neck, his nose is upside down, his eyes are on the same side of his head. She says, that is a mirror. He was continuously criticizing everything. He doesn't know it is a mirror. Please understand, the big problem is when you are caught in the greed or fear, not only you will suffer with the other person, you will suffer with you also. When this guy was criticizing all the modern arts one by one, he did not even have awareness to see it is a mirror. He was criticizing. Same way, when you are caught with greed, if you are fantasizing about everything, you will not have awareness to see your own reality. You will fantasize about you also and suffer. Fantasizing about you and suffering is the worst suffering. You will never face the reality. Please understand. If you are fantasizing about somebody and suffering, that person will teach you the lesson. You will understand. You will wake up. You have to wake up. You have to wake up. You can't continue to dream. You can't continue to fantasize because fulfilling your fantasy is a big headache, responsibility for the other person. Nobody will be able to do that job. They will take vacation. You will realize your fantasy is your fantasy. But if your fantasy is about you and torture yourself, you will never be able to come out of it. That is what almost all the people who misunderstood yoga starts doing.